just kind of coming out, you know? Like, I hear you. I hear your cries. I hear your cries for a new earth. I'm pulling over so I can look at you in the face like this. I hear you there. There are other people that can connect to this. Like, there are communities everywhere. The Center for Spiritual Living is everywhere on, like, the earth. It's a non-denominational church, and they don't try to push you to do anything, and it's just a church you can go to and get inspiration on Sunday mornings. I don't know why that came out. Like, I go there, but I'm not, like, affiliated with them or anything as far as, like, promoting them. It's just that those are the times, like, those centers were there when I really needed them the most. And then it's a whole community you could just step into. The energies of the earth right now are ramping up. We need to get some air. We need this. This is why I'm doing these, because I think I finally understand now. I finally get it. Each person has their own piece to this puzzle, and doing the things that are naturally good, naturally coming to you, naturally you're good at, naturally. Anyone ever tell you you have a spark? Like, just random people, could be even your friends and stuff, but like, random people ever just tell you, you know, you're special, thank you so much for this, you're really good at this, anything like that? 222 I just saw, and it's the 12th. Guys, those are your, I want to say, savior. Like, those gifts are yours. You come into life with gifts. You haven't just plopped on here with no tools on the earth. You're not just plopped on here. You're here with a map. You're here with tools. And this is a way where I can express, like, intensity, like, that's, like, just not appropriate in, like, daily life. Like, I had a situation yesterday where I just got too intense. Like, I was, like, really upset that this dog was emaciated with this homeless guy, and I got kind of fiery with him. And my friend, like, that has really good street smarts, like, they're like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you know, and it brought light to me. It brought, you need to direct your gifts, direct them, and tastefully, like, and that comes with maturity, and I'm learning that. Like, I'm 28, like, I'm just learning things all the time. I'm good at certain things, but some things I'm not good at, and, like, you need the people around you that are real. Like, I feel like I'm being real, and sometimes that gets me hurt. It a lot of times gets me hurt, but I think hurting and pain and these things are lessons. Like no one wants to hear you're not doing something right, or not right, but like, hey, that was, like, not the best way to go about it. But I, like, saw that as an opportunity. Like, I noticed what I was doing too, and my friend didn't get, like, mad or anything. They were just like, yep. And I love that. Like, and I try to be like that too. Like, just real. Like that is, and, like, you're not real all the time, I get it. Like, I'm just feeling a download, and this is a place I go to a lot to receive downloads. I've had a really amazing ones here on the Blue Ridge Parkway in Asheville. breathe in that presence right now. There's a lot of resistance there. There's a lot, and being real and true about your life, your gifts, how you operate is important so that you can find the people that resonate with you in that way, and they will understand and stick around. That's what I believe. And like, I'm just learning how people operate and how I operate myself. But like, we have to navigate this world with other people. Like, we should really strive to love people and everyone. Like, not in an attached way, but just like, we should really strive to see the best in people and have very strong boundaries, like, in the beginning. And that's something I struggle with, boundaries, and like being clear and like understanding what I feel so I can immediately say that and not in a crazy intense way. You know? And then the intensity with this sort of thing can come here. What I'm saying, I feel these messages are so strong, and I get hits of intuition. I almost, like last night, I did say something and I got hit with it, like a feeling, like a block, like a block. But it's just when you're a healer and when you're psychic and when you're perceiving energy, like that stuff is, I'm making that more real to me than anything else, and I operate off of that, and it shakes people up. It shakes me up. Like, I can't help what I feel, like, you know, but you have to, it's like we avoid those and then we build resentment. But if you can do that earlier, the earlier the better. If you have something in your job that is egging you the wrong way, oh my gosh. Thank you, B. Wasp. I wonder what wasps represent. I'll have to put that in the description. I used to be really afraid of wasps, and then I met someone that was like just holding them on their hand, and I was like, and they weren't stinging them. And that like really made me think, like, it was just like a small moment, but like, I don't know, after that I see bees differently. Like, they're just chilling. I'm kind of still afraid, but he flew right out the window. Just because someone has the power to hurt doesn't mean that they want to. Like, he shook me, that bee. This is a crazy message. Like, I always think they have to be super powerful and like intense and loud, but intensity is in the silence sometimes. When you're sitting next to someone and you're feeling like intense emotions, or like not intense emotions, but like a calmness that you don't feel typically, like, that's a powerful feeling, and that should be like celebrated, I almost want to say, and nurtured and cultivated. So sometimes you have to say things that are like a boundary for you, because you don't want to be hurt or manipulated, or, you know, any of the things that you feel, because you can perceive something like they're trying to manipulate me, but I mean, maybe they, like, their perception's completely different, so you can't really think about what. And now I have a fucking I was like, don't worry, I don't have herpes, this is from the monkey bars. Well, now I have, this is just wanting to be here. I wonder what this chakra point is. I'll have to look that up too, put that in the description. That's interesting. Everything's a sign. That's what this whole channel is about. The tarot DJ is, I'm living my life like a fucking ADHD tarot DJ. Because it's messages, it's music. I'm writing music. I've already written music. I already sing all the time. And like, I always feel like I'm not good, but I heard this one time, and I'll circle back around to whatever I was saying right before. Like, I heard this one time that there was a story about this guy, and he loved to sing. He was just really bad. I've never heard him. And this stuck with me for years, probably like 10 years. I'm very, very afraid of, I was very, very afraid of expressing myself at a young age, and I'm like coming into that now as an adult, and like other people just have it so naturally sometimes, and it's like, wow, the guy kept singing all the time, every day. I want to mention 10,000 hours to be a master at something. You have to fucking do it. He then eventually could sing well. Everyone told him he couldn't. Everyone told him to stop. Just stop. And that's their ego. That's their ego. Are they singing? Who are the people that sing that he can't sing singing? Because someone that can sing well is not going to tell you shit like that. They're going to encourage you to, or if someone's passionate about it, or if they see that in themselves, they're going to encourage you to do your thing and sing, baby. Singing is not just for people that are good. Singing is a way we can like illuminate a moment. It's a vibration. Do it together with me 3 times. Like, can you feel how nervous? That is how you can, that's how I learned how to push through the expression. Showing yourself in front of other people, even this. I just saw 1222 on the thing. It's really important to be able to sit in that uncomfortability, and that when your voice cracks, like people that sing also, their voice cracks all the time. You don't think songs are written one time? They sing them multiple times and get the best clips, and they put them together in a song, and there's autotune and stuff. So relax. You're better than you think. You have the soul. You have the soul in there. You have the soul in there. And if you actually listen to all these people that we thought, oh, I thought Lady Gaga was crazy. I grew up thinking, she's too mainstream, she's too this. She is a light. She's a star, obviously, but stars are directional waypoints in the sky that illuminate. Stars are showing us something. And if you actually listen to what they're saying be yourself no matter what. And yeah, they're unhinged. Yeah, they do crazy shit. Like, but I think life is crazier. It's crazy to drop a fucking atomic bomb on an entire country, don't you think? That's pretty fucking crazy. I think that's a little crazier than the meat dress that Lady Gaga wore on that one, whatever. Or how promiscuous she is, or whatever they say. Or however she wants to live. Like, why is that affecting anyone else? How is that showing that affecting anyone else? In her art, in her way, in her she's making a music video. Like, I just see things so differently. I heard her talking the other day on Instagram, and it's like, whoa, she fucking was fucking doing this shit for the whole time. And then all the money came, then all the fame came, then all this stuff came for her. But she doesn't care about that. She wants to express her light in the world. She wants to express the pain. She wants to express the injustice, the stuff that's coming up. And that looks different because we're in a world that is not operating on real truth of how we feel. And I'm really sick of it. And I'm learning this very heavily in my own life. I just saw 1444. And I saw it right before I anticipated it, because sometimes I'll see the numbers right before. And like someone mentioned, oh, that's fake, you can't do that. And I actually felt it more in myself. The realness of that is, wow, I'm actually just seeing things before they happen. I'm a little ahead of the game. I'm a little ahead. I jumped the gun. I feel things before they materialize because I'm a creator myself, and I'm manifesting real opportunities, like physical changes, physical luxury, physical things in my life, like through these powers, through these ways, and through this stuff that I'm learning. And you really have to trust yourself. Take in perspectives so that you can, like, I want to say, amalgamate them into the perception of reality that you trust in. That you, yeah, there is a little bit of truth in everything. There's a little bit of truth in everything. How does that resonate with you? How? Are you incessantly looking at tarot card readers so that they can give you the answers that you don't want to see in yourself? So I became a fucking tarot reader again, because I'm looking for shit after people leaving my life that I care about deeply, that I don't understand why I'm having intense connections with people and they're falling apart in tragic ways emotionally to me, and they, you know, I don't know if that's true. I was about to say, like, and they're just unbothered, but, you know, like, I do believe, like, it's real to you, and you have to understand God is not trying to hurt you, and people are not trying to hurt you, and you're not trying to hurt you deliberately. You're not. Anytime you smoke cigarettes, anytime you smoke weed or drink too much or don't take care of things, you're not trying to hurt. You're trying to soothe. You're trying to do what's comfortable and what's familiar to you. You're doing things that are familiar. And that's what we do. We remember somatically in our body that when I feel love, that's scary, because you know what happened when I felt love for my mother. She manipulated me, gaslit me, and created a perception of life that was not true for me, and I got really intense about it. I got, Mom, you are really drunk right now, and you just chased me down the street because I stole a cigarette from you, and it's winter, and I literally am running through the neighborhood in my socks. Like, no, that's not real. And as a kid, like, coming to terms with the fact that, like, the parents, it's not real. And I was like, why am I just randomly plopped here in Pennsylvania, where I grew up, Dallas, Pennsylvania, where I grew up, in this house with that my dad built, and that my mother and me and my brother live in. So I was like, why am I randomly here? Like, it doesn't even feel right. Like, all these people are fools. And I was creating a perception of the world, like, of realness. And the world is not set up for that. They're not set up for your light. That's why we need communities. I work like a regular job. I work in property management, and I build communities physically. Like, I don't physically build them, but I lease the new buildings, and that's what I'm really good at. And I just keep doing that. I just like to go to the new properties and lease them up and create a vibe, create a community. And it's just, I've been doing that for almost 5 years. Something about it that I love. There's something about it that I love. Yeah, it's stressful. Yeah, I have to switch jobs sometimes when it gets too much. I have to find the opportunities. I have to move and be flexible and change income, change titles, go down a title, get a better opportunity, go where there's growth. Grow where there's growth, and that you're accepted and you're praised for your gifts. You will get opportunities. You will get opportunities coming towards you. I'll tell you a couple more things once they actually materialize, but, like, I'm starting to see how things work, and reality is not based on the physical, even though we think we're physical bodies, and this is the spiritual aspect of it. And we say, this is just a dream, we're waking up. It's it's an experience, a spiritual, emotional experience in a physical flesh body that you get to do whatever you want in. You get to have pleasure in. You get to physically feel feelings like you wouldn't be able to feel if you were a body of light, if you were in another dimension. Sex feels good. Like, you don't like, it's just like, you don't get this in the flesh in other realities. And like, I'm even embarrassed to like talk about that, but it's a huge part of life. Like our physicality and physical pleasure in life is why we smoke cigarettes, is why we drink. We want to feel calm and good, and inhibition, or no inhibition, like, yeah, we want to feel like we don't have any inhibitions, I guess that's the word. Like, we don't have any problem expressing ourselves. And I'm having a really hard time, like, not using those substances to get that feeling. I'm having a hard time coming back to myself, and well, I'm learning this path, and that's why I'm on here, is because there's only one way to go, and it's life where we just live according to how we're doing emotionally and feeling, and how real that is. Because if you're constantly trying to soothe and constantly trying to be high, or you're constantly trying to eat and run and drive. I drive so much. It's like there's a feeling there that is trying to get your attention, and when I do messages like this, I can drop into that feeling. When you're doing your craft, you ever see an artist that's just so disheveled, and then they have their art and they're a little unhinged, and they, you know, like, they go through a lot of things probably because they feel very deeply. But I'm just seeing this image of like a rock band star, and they struggle, and there's multiple different people I'm thinking about, and they're not a good example, but it's like you have to go towards it, that thing, or that feeling, or that whatever you're really wanting out of life. You have to go towards creating that. And it's funny because, like, my Venus is in Pisces, and I'm always like, so, like, I'm romanticizing life all the time, and it's just really easy to do for me, like, and sometimes that creates like a dream, and it's like, oh, why was I saying that? Strawberries. It's just a strawberry moon yesterday. ADHD tarot DJ. I don't even like the labels, but somehow I like the ADHD one because it just makes me not seem so crazy, like bouncing, because I'm present and I know what I'm saying. It's just I'm bouncing and saying things, so I'm trying to bring all my energy and just give it to you. Like, in a real way, like, those things that you want, those whatever it is that you romanticize. It could be a luxury living, it could be a relationship, it could be money, it could be a job that you really love, it could be traveling, it could be a family, it could be having a pet, it could be anything that you really romanticize with. Like, I love connection with people. I just love, like, a really deep connection with people where I don't lose myself, and I don't stop taking care of myself, and I'm not in, like, a toxic dynamic. That's like my favorite thing to do, like, is connect on a deep level, and I've done that forever. I always just wanted to travel the world, connect with people, and talk, and that's just the vein I just keep coming back to. It's like, we have to create an environment where that's appropriate in the society, and there's, like, already boundaries, like, clear, because I'm not creating the correct boundaries. First of all, I'm not inviting the energies of, this is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. Real connection, like realness. And and all the other things that come with that there has to be conversations and boundaries. Like, you have to make sure that you're not manipulating anyone or infringing on their free will in any way. Like, if you're starting to resent or do things for your own agenda, that's manipulation. If you want them to do something, that's manipulation. And like, if you're attracting that, you're doing that in some way, and we don't want to hear that ever. And like, my friends call me out all the time, and I don't like it, but I learned to just be like, you know what, I'm being unhinged. I'm too loud sometimes, and it scares people. It upsets people, or I'm creating a dangerous situation for others. So you have to appropriately direct that. And I'm trying to like think about the time. It's like 25 minutes. It's like, if you're resonating, you will just see this. It won't matter. It won't matter. I thought I was leaving something out from before, but I don't think I am. I think it's just coming full circle. It's like, I understand this feeling of like not belonging, just not getting it. Like, just, you don't get it. Like, you just like, I just think like when you feel that like connection with people, like, that feels like trust to me. And when other people show me that I can't trust them in the way that I thought because of the connection, it made me deeply inquire about myself, and it made me realize, was I negating red flags? Was I manipulating myself? Was I gaslighting myself, thinking it's something it's not? Am I creating situations that hurt me because I'm not being honest with myself? And sometimes, like, if it's not appropriate to say, you know, to another person, like, each time this happens, I'm getting very clear on what it is that I'm fucking doing. And it's 11:11. And I saw it at 11:09, and I was like, oh, that's what I was talking about, multiple steps ahead. But I don't feel like I'm multiple steps ahead, because I really feel like I'm just on God's path. I surrender. I don't have the answers in here. My mind is not omnipresent. My feelings are not omnipresent. God is. And we take that energy and we listen. And the more you can listen to yourself and your feelings, it's still 11:11. And I looked over. I wasn't like, I was mewing. Oh, I was mewing. I was mewing. I knew it was going to be 11:11 at one point, but I was like, whatever, I'll just release resistance. I don't want to fake it. I don't want to fake seeing them. And that was a good feedback. And I look over and it's 11:11. And I didn't even mean to look over. I just looked around. I think it's something special. I think you're special. And we just don't recognize it in all the areas because we're going to have to see it for ourselves. We can't make other people see it and then get validated. You can get insights if you have love. You will create that. People will start to I started something, and I'll make more art on this. It has to do with combining sexual empowerment with femininity and expression and like sexiness. And that's funny because I was talking about Lady Gaga and pain and how women feel objectified, and it makes me so mad. And at one point I thought about I guess this is my channel. It's like sometimes I don't want to say controversial things, but it's kind of like the whole message. So like, I thought about transitioning to being a male, and I realized for my own personal journey, and this is my own journey, I can't speak for anybody else. I wanted to I wanted to become a male so that nobody could treat me differently because I'm a female. Nobody looks at me as bitchy because I'm outperforming everybody. Like, no, and I'm intense about it, and I'm passionate about it, and I want the advertising to be right so that I can do this. And when I go a month without leases because the prices get hyped up because we're not paying attention, we're not marketing correctly, and we're not being authentic and dependable, real, consistent with our pricing, and we're not price gouging apartments, you'll have, like, I get really intense about that. I get intense about when, yeah, you make a lot of money, you're getting $10,000 a month, but they gypped you out of $1,500. I'm intense about integrity. I'm intense about it because I worked for that. Yeah, you are giving me a lot of money. You are. But I did the math, and you're not actually awarding me everything I was supposed to get. And I'm not going to just sit here and be grateful because I have other quarrels with this is a past situation, but, like, I'm not gonna just sit here and be treated like that. You lay the rules, I need to play within the rules, and I'm gonna look at every square inch like a field hockey field. Can't just fucking go stepping out of bounds, okay? You can't step on the fucking white line. You can't miss the fucking getting over the line with the football. You have to play within the fucking rules, okay? And if the rules are just changed randomly and ripped out from under me like a gaslight, I freak the fuck out. I was making a lot of money. I was making almost $100,000 a year with all my discounts, with all my stuff. I had such a high commission percentage and such a high percentage off my rent. I had everything. That was a really good job. I lived there. I made friends with people there, and it was just a cool community. I built the community for years. And this is my channel. Yeah, people might see it. The fucking numbers are on my phone, and now my shit pops up on all these people's things. But, like, I know that it's real. Like, I know there's something there, and I took another job, and I made a third, probably. I got rid of some of my debt. Like, my mom helped me with that, but I manifested that. I haven't talked to her. I haven't built a connection with her. She's sober now for 5 years. 5 years on July 7th, I think. July 7th. I was gonna get her a 5-year sober token. And it's like, she knew that I needed help because I was being real. And I told her I was freaking out. And I told her I completely lost my identity. And I got out of a relationship that I was in for a very long time. And I was just very fragile. I started having panic attacks at work. I started meeting more people that were bringing things up for me. My childhood wounds, like, I didn't think I really didn't think other people right away, like right after that breakup, could bring up the intensity that I was leaving the relationship for, like, because of. It was so intense, like, and we always had stuff to work on, and, like, we always had, and I was just like, we decided to break up, and I'm seeing now life is a tarot card, and I'm telling my personal story because, like, almost like all the people that are doing this, like, they don't really share too much about themselves, but, like, I think it's important. Like, I'm just a normal fucking human, but I'm getting these fucking downloads and these beautiful things. I just saw a synchronicity too of a car that I came by when I was talking about that person. I was like, oh my god, like, it was like the same car as them, and I was just like, it's just, the universe is speaking to you. The universe is speaking to you. And you don't need other people's validation to understand how you feel. You feel. Not them. Not all this stuff about how they feel. It's how you feel. What did you do to you and the connections? What are you doing that's creating this over and over? And I was actually here the other night because I gave my blood to the earth. It was a full moon, strawberry moon, on June 11th, and Like, what do you keep attracting? Let's just be real. What do you keep attracting? What kind of situations are you finding yourself in? What covert thing are you trying to get out of life, out of these people? Because we're transactional species. Like, we don't hang out with people that aren't really doing anything for us. Like, if they're just being boring, like, or if you're not like connecting or not like really creating anything, sometimes you can create laughter with friends, you can create like content, you can create things with friends, like an experience, like, but what are you trying to get out of those experiences? Really, what are you trying to get? Because the thing that you're trying to get, you're not giving to yourself. You're trying to locate the feelings, and when I feel love, I try to locate that feeling, and I try to detach that from people, because you can have love in many different forms. Like locate that feeling. And this is what, I forget her name, I think it's Jada, but she was saying this, that when you locate an emotion, or her message was like, when you locate an emotion, you can remember it. And like, I do that, and I'm thinking that could be a hack. That could be an actual hack. Locate those emotions that you feel. Locate them. If you have a crush on someone and you're feeling love, locate that and use that for yourself. It has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with them. And that's hard, because you want to experience life with people and have it be like clear. But, or, have a conversation like, this is the best like course of action to keep this going. But you can locate that feeling and reproduce that for yourself. You created that feeling. You created that connectedness too. There's a part of you that created that connectedness. You had a synapse there. You had the end of a brain nerve there that has like, if you put my other hand on it and it's like cheek, it has a place. The feeling and vibration of love is actual oneness with the universe. It's not sex. Love is not sex. Sex is a byproduct of love in one way. Like romantic love, or like romantic love, like you want a partnership and you start having sex. And what does sex create? You're creating things. You're creating things together. You're building a life, a relationship. You're literally using the energy that creates a human being. So you're creating a connection. So, and that's an extension of it. But there's many facets of love. When I'm actually in love with a romantic partner, it's very intense. There's like, we made a fucking podcast together, we fucking did coaching together, we there's just so much stuff that we did, like, and that was meant for that time. And you can have different forms of that love and not have all the other stuff with it, the relationship and the sex and like all that stuff. It's like, that's what I'm really learning right now, and that is very confusing for me. But I believe like we need to not be afraid of connection anymore. And the more times that you have things happen, and the more times you do open yourself up to a connection emotionally. We don't have a lot of emotional connections with our friends. We don't have emotional connections that are deep, that are non-sexual. We don't. And honestly, like, I think we need more practice with that, because at least that's what I'm learning in my life. Like, you don't have to just, like, relationships before was like, you felt everything and you move in and you do the U-Haul shit. But I don't want that. And I'm part of me does not want that. And then a part of me is like, craving connection that I'm getting and that I'm developing with myself, but it is teaching me lessons, like, and I believe, like I said, I'm on the planet for, I mean, I'm still fucking waking up, so it's like, what is it really truly that I want to be doing every day? Because that's what I'll do at this point. That's what I'll do. And no, I don't want to sing sometimes, and my voice shakes. The more you do it, you will get good. Even if you're not good and you want to be, you have it in there. You have it in there. Just don't think about it. Don't talk about it. Don't try to decode it. You don't even have to, if you're excited about it and you want to watch it 100 times, you can, but don't pick it. Don't pick. I'm learning this. I pick my face a lot. I pick at myself, especially singing. The videos, less. I like to watch them, but I pick a little bit in there. How can I do that better? And sometimes that's good. But I learned when people come up to me and say, like, my dancing is iconic, I choose to, like, try to acknowledge it because it feels really good and I want to be able to let that in. And this is practice for my path forward. But I don't want to explain. I found myself trying to explain, and then I was just like, I don't know what happens. I just black out, but I'm not drunk. I just call it whiting out. Sometimes I drink, but I'm just saying, like, when I'm really in the zone, like the beat church stuff, I'm not drunk at all. And I'm whiting out. I'm in the zone. I'm feeling, and I'm not thinking about if I'm looking too sexual or like any of that. Like, I'm just really feeling, and I feel it in my hips. I feel sexual energy is creation, and we're so funny about it. We want, it's like, it's just like an interesting thing. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever had sexual abuse or like self-image abuse as well. Like, it's really important that you know your history there, because you're going to operate out of dysfunctional ways if you haven't had a functional upbringing, a healthy upbringing with that. Because if you're activated at a very young age, you're gonna have a feeling of, when you feel deep connection, you feel sexual desire, and that's not always healthy, because you can connect with people that are older than, like, a lot older than you. That's definitely not safe. Or, like, I'm not judging anyone and their circumstances. I'm just saying, like, you can be privy to, or yeah, I guess you could be privy to manipulation in a lot of ways if you can't understand those qualities of yourself and set up boundaries. And that comes with time, and that comes with other people being in that situation and understanding that. I don't know why this wanted to come out. This usually wants to come out, but it's over there. So I just touched this moonstone. That's calming emotions. It's a hard thing to talk about. It's not an easy path. And then 1 in 3 women have been sexually assaulted or sexually abused or raped. Any non-consensual sex is rape. So if you're manipulated into what feels like a relationship, or like if you're manipulated into like situations where you know that it's not healthy, but you have a sexual desire towards them, that has to have I feel like there has to be guidance for young women feeling that, because I've gotten into many situations, some that I can't undo, and I created more trauma for myself, and this just might be a path in my life, but I don't know how real I almost, like, what do I do? Just show everything? And this is me figuring it out. This is what this is for. I'm just here to like tell your story, and like that's the power. I was manipulated into a relationship when I was 19, and it's 45 on the timer, with a 45-year-old guy. And it's really hard for me to talk about. But I was basically confined to a sailboat, and since I felt like now as an adult and knowing people that are that age, I'm like, holy shit, that fucker manipulated me into living with him and having sex with him. And I feel like it was rape, and I feel that happened many times. Like, yes, I believed I was in a relationship with him, but it was a manipulation. It was a captive situation where it was like a Stockholm syndrome, where I started to fall in love with a captor. And it's really hard to talk about, guys. Like, I don't want to share this. I wish this wasn't my story, to be honest. I really wish it, because it's just like really embarrassing, and that embarrassment is really powerful to move through, and I'm doing it right now. It's like I've only told a few people in my life this, like, and I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. I don't feel like I'm oversharing. I'm doing it in a tasteful way. People that have more wisdom and unhealed wounds are dangerous. They're dangerous. Like, and I'm understanding this as me. I have power. And I could possibly manipulate people too. I could mislead people too. I can be dishonest. I can be trying to get something out of people. And understanding that is a hard truth. Like, understanding how you yourself are manipulative, and you yourself are recreating cycles. And this is not easy. I have a whole poem about this. People that are abused in a way try to recreate that. They try to, people that are hurt people. Hurt people. And it could be in a different way, but as I'm getting older, I'm seeing things, and it's scaring the fuck out of me, to be honest. Shame is feeling like you are bad, like you yourself are bad, not I'm feeling bad, that you are bad. And it's one of the lowest vibrations, and I have sat in that because of what I went through, childhood trauma from the first video. I'm sharing a lot about my life today. Like, you create your personality based on how you learned things, and we don't want to be seen as bad. We try never to see ourselves as bad. That's what our ego does. And I think I'm really starting to try to be more selfless and like less egotistical, or maybe it's just because I'm getting older and learning things and going through pain, and getting through the pain has taught me lessons. I don't want to be afraid of pain. I don't want to be afraid of breakups, so you're never going to create a connection with somebody. I don't want to be afraid of losing myself. I don't want to be afraid of these things that happen naturally. Pain happens naturally, but like when you're working out and your muscles are sore, you don't see that as bad as, oh, that hurt my feelings, because we're not emotionally maturing. We're as a society, we are in an emotional dark age as a society, and we just accept that. So when you're actually being real, you're labeled all these things. Because actually everyone's fucking unhinged as shit, and if they act like it, well, the the political people are acting like it, and we're just accepting our leaders to be this unhinged emotionally. And I like being unhinged, like, as far as, like, no not no boundaries, but, like, no like, full expression, no inhibition, expression freely. But I'm talking unhinged in this way as like, you're not being a leader here. How can I listen to you? And I thought this way since I was very young, but now it's just very blatant. It's not even trying to be covered up anymore. It's just they're fighting emotionally in the courthouse or in the Senate or whatever. All the politicians, like, if you actually see those videos, they're fighting about emotions and they're calling each other names, and it's ad hominem attacks. You're talking about things that have no relation to the situation at all. You're just attacking the person's character, and that's not a real argument. That's a manipulative defense mechanism to try to get the attention off of the real subject. How can we not just logically, we want to build a fucking society on logic? Why don't we, is that the rule? Because why don't we actually fucking do that then? What's logical? And I talked about this before. It's not a doomsday channel. I'm just saying, like, what's logical? Kill people? Destroy the planet? In general, I'm not saying this can change over fucking night. So don't call me ridiculous, because that's not what I'm saying. And the people that will resonate with this, I understand. It's just, like, I'm intense about it. And I'm not going to just shut up anymore, because it's not fair. So what's logical? Blow them up? People. Blow the people up. The innocent people. Or the guilty people. Because they're going to try to kill me. Blow them up. I'm not a political expert. I'm not understanding everything. I get it. I get that. No, we can't just stop all wars in a second. I get that. And they don't understand when you say love is the answer, because you can't, it's all convoluted. But you hear the vein of what I'm saying. I know you do. Let's have a conversation about the solutions to this and actually implement the solutions that will, in fact, create lasting change. There's activists creating lasting change. Why are they not all? They're our leaders as a independent society, but we need to make governmental decisions based on these people. These actual leaders, real leaders, will emerge themselves, and they are chosen by the people. That's the whole fucking premise of our fucking country, in the United States at least. So why don't we start acting like that? You want your eagle to be your mascot. What do eagles do? They take prey from other animals. I'll double check if that's correct, but, like, that's what I'm getting. It's this feeling of you want to be ruthless? You want to be the king of the jungle? You want to be this shit that we're all fucking puffing our chests up and lifting our trucks up and talking about our fucking dicks? Like, I mean, I'm just being silly now, but it's like, you want real power? You want real leadership? I don't see it in the people that are acting emotionally crazy. No one's ever crazy, but emotionally acting out without any care, and then gaslighting, acting like it's not even happening. I don't want those people leading my country, or our world, for that matter, our society. I don't want to be listening to those people, because those people are creating laws and solutions to problems they see, not what an actual leader or like a nurturing energy would see all the perspectives. So this is why it's important to come back to yourself, understand your own emotions, understand your part, your gift, your gifts. You love deeply, then love everybody. Why just give it to one person? Why look for one person? Why? Like, no, I get it. You can want that, whatever. But why tame your heart? Don't tame your heart. It's a song that's coming through. What is it? I don't really remember I can't playing this thing, but like, yeah. I have my vape. I'm trying to quit. 5, and then it was like a 6. Anyway, I got a little sidetracked, but the premise, and to wrap it up, the conclusion. Premise, conclusion. Logical premise, conclusion. Emotions create situations in the world. They create physical reality. They create physical reality around us. We have to understand we have this power to do this. And we have to connect with that in there and go, oh, I'm really fucking anxious. I should call out of work today. I woke up having panic attacks. I should call out of work and figure out what the fuck is going on right now. And here's the B. Okay, well, emotionally, I need to be up here doing this right now. And thank you for staying this long, and thank you for being a part of this community, because you're doing the sludgy, grudgy shit work. You're doing the shadow work that sucks, that people avoid for their entire life, and that we can no longer avoid, especially if you're a super sensitive person. I can't do it. I can't avoid anymore the reality of everything. I can't avoid how I feel. I can't. And that comes with good and bad things. Understanding and connecting with how you feel is your power. And if it's resonating, it's resonating. I'm not going to keep trying to explain it. Don't explain your creations. Just create. I love you. And I see you. And I'm here. I'm here for this. I'm here for these type of conversations. I'm here for these connections. So, let's end with a little portal of presence again. That was fun. It's alright to resist. I mean, you can feel the resistance a little bit. It's alright to resist presence. It's fucking hard in this body. It's hard. It's okay. It's okay to feel, guys. What you feel is real. Love you.